temple. I've ascended to metaphysical levels. I fell from heaven to hell, met with the devil to revel in the revolution of which I am the vessel. Ready to introduce pedal to metal, get into the fast lane with the rest of us rebels. Unless you're a hack, get jacked and will mentally wrestle. I'm ahead of the network's curve. Now you want a medal? I took the red pill. While everyone settled for decadence, you can forget whoever said that you're special. Cause if you want the deadliest tag that can be assembled, get ready to spend. Don't enter black markets ahead, go make it sink waves. I don't need instrumentals on the cyber tide with pirates aligned to my channel. I need a training montage with all that I've learned. After that, I got a city to burn. Showing you how to foretell if you abhor any sort of megacorp. Well, step out of fiction and into your hell. Big brother's got you in a secured cell. Economy's booming cause it's true that war sells. When loaded guns are the foremost form of doorbell. Rally round the family with a pocket of more shells. What happens when the dreamers are no longer dormant? We're the ones who always wanted more than we're born with. If it costs my humanity, I can afford it. If poverty's prevalent, you can bet I'm gonna ignore it. I sure wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. If you struck a silver tongue, well, I'll you to get out. But you gotta walk the talk if you wanna build your brand and then take back the wealth with a silver.
When the night falls, come shadows ever darker. We're getting down to the wire, and on my cup, with resolve all the stronger. Spark in the dark, ignite. Daylight the city. She's attacking inside, but her masquerade is sleeping as streets paved with corruption come to light.
I feel it in the air. We're all so far protected. Their hands are everywhere. Just let them watch us as we
Light the night on fire. Electric glow runs in our veins. Wake up the samurai inside us. When the gates unlock, we'll walk through the flames.
All right. What we killed the music was not quite as smooth as I had wanted, but okay. There we go. And we are all here. As you can tell, we've got the extra wide screen for the divas of the show, Hellcat and Meredith. So welcome all to our next game. I think I mislabeled it as episode 8, and it should be episode 9 of season 2 for Cyberpunk. So give that a hard 9.
9
for a no. All right, so with this crazy crew, let's do a little bit of a recap as to where we left off.
Everybody else was
want to
playing
go first and kind of re-explain ish.
Everybody else was playing Pimp My Nomad.
I
think we did a good job.
I think we did too.
I really didn't hear much complaining.
Yeah.
I remember getting a silver gun that caused a lot of confusion.
Yes.
That was pretty weird.
The gun had waifu on the side.
Mm-hmm.
We also found out that for some reason, the group is known as Waifu and the Chrome Hippo.
That's so weird.
What?
Totally unknown.
And everybody had.
Seeing my AV is fat.
What's that?
Chrome Hippo.
Are they?
Yeah,
seeing, are they
the
seeing
AV does look kind of.
Yeah,
it does look.
the AV4 is an actual van, so yes, it is kind of.
I mean, that's kind of
got
rude.
junk in the trunk.
Rotund.
It's a little chonky.
Yeah,
Chonky.
Chunky.
Brioche.
Brioche.
Yeah, brioche. Poor Darby.
They can fit more people that way.
We'll find him eventually. He'll come say hi.
Then I think we were gonna go. We're supposed to go see Derek's ex here in concert pretty soon.
Yep.
And then we're gonna go down to get some street tacos in Nogales.
Yep.
This is true.
Yes, and also do a job.
Specifically, street tacos.
Specifically,
Specifically,
that's what you do. And medicine.
With some free jollies and guacamole.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Street tacos and enhancements.
But
Yeah, Misty was doing an install.
Well, actually, you weren't doing an install. You guys were going to be trying to stop that. You're taking that job for Wash.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought she had an install. Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm sure she probably wants to buy some enhancements down there.
We had to blow some shit up.
Those are like you can get them off market, like really good pharmaceuticals.
You can get them cheap at the graveyard.
I'm pretty sure I know a guy.
Go to the secondhand store. Or
Know a guy who knows a guy.
other store.
I know a guy who knows a guy named Guy who deals in these things.
Tonight's gonna be a good night.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think we were literally like either walking in or almost at the concert or something. No, we were.
Yeah, because we had gone, or they had gone clothes shopping and bought Derek an evening gown and all that stuff.
Yeah, we already showed what we were all in and everything.
And I have to be home by the stroke of midnight.
Nah, man, I want to see you turn into a pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1 second.
Here's your sheet, sorry.
I don't know why that was exciting. I was like, what do you have?
Go according to date. This will probably be it right here. Yep. Okay, perfect. I thought I'd saved it, my notes as a text file, but I saved it as a Word doc, so I was missing out on where it was. No big. All right. So by name. So let's see. So Meredith, her nickname is supposed to be Rad. Hellcat is Boogaloo. Jill is Goose.
Goose
Locke
is
is Scooter.
Mm-hmm.
Dane is Scrapyard.
Sons of fucking bitches, man.
Mac is Peachan. And
Peachan?
Syntax is Bite.
Yeah, I'm that little rabbit or whatever it is, or cat.
It's a little pig.
Pig.
Oh, pig. Yeah, that's right.
Who's a pig?
Peachan.
What was Jill's again? I'm sorry.
Goose.
Jill is
Goose.
Goose.
Like from Top Gun.
Cool. Thank you.
Wait, who's red? You're red?
I'm red.
You're
I'm red.
I know.
Okay, so where we left off then, everybody is dressed in their finest Sunday best for the Sarah Tremere private concert at the Quinn's headquarters across town.
Oh God, that's where we're going.
Yup.
Because Jill was drooling, and then she found out that I was ex-boyfriend to her favorite artist.
Yep.
I definitely am on my bike. Whether I have someone with me or not, I'm on my bike. So I
Okay.
have a way out.
Okay. All right.
Can I just like catch a ride with you guys?
I mean, you can ride with
Yeah.
me.
Of course.
I'm
I
going.
figured everybody was going in the van.
Yeah.
With apparently the exception of Boogaloo, who is going on the motorcycle.
Okay. I'll jump in the van to give Boogaloo some time alone
Okay.
with your thoughts.
Prepare me.
So when you get there, the setup. I mean, you guys have already seen or heard the description of the house, but for those of you maybe tuning in, the house itself is think kind of like a Playboy mansion. It's set back against the hills, so it's got a little bit of seclusion in what was formerly known as Scottsdale. The area around it is actually very clean. There are some temporary setups outside with like tables and tents that go over where apparently the Quinns do business with local residents who actually regularly turn in, they acting kind of like landlords. So they've got that side business kind of going where people are wandering up and basically, paying what's due
That's right.
for their
because
protection.
we had like barely gotten here because the first thing I did was pay rent when I got there.
Which you didn't have to. You just kind of kicked it down for
Yes,
whomever.
I
Yes.
just did anyway
Mhm.
to stay in good standing.
Yes. So there is definitely that going on. On top of that, you can hear kind of like some sound checks going on from the inside where they have the full setup in the back stage, and there's some circular lights kind of shining up into the sky. It's a private, not so private, in your face kind of concert. It's very hard to miss if you're in the area. Basically, it would be like throwing an actual concert in your backyard and basically sticking it to your neighbors.
Yeah,
I'm used to that.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the Quinn's neighbors.
I approve.
You have all been let in, of course. There is security walking around, all of which are Quinns. There are a few that have been supplemented. It looks like they're probably mercenaries of some kind because they're dressed noticeably different than the Quinns. But all they are doing, they're not doing anything around or inside the actual home. They're just walking the perimeter. So it looks like they're just additive to help keep people away. Because it's obvious some of the Quinns probably want to enjoy this as well. The inside of the house is it's very well done and it tends to be kept clean. However, there are elements of it that look like they were recently broken. Unknown reasons as to why, and it's random. It could be like a recently broke vase or lamp of some kind, but everything else looks fine. It's just intermittent bits of chaos.
This is weird, right? Because like I've been here before, and it's
No, it's
not
not weird.
like this.
Yeah, it is. It is not weird. You know
Oh,
that.
it's not weird.
Yeah, no. You know the Quins have a tradition of randomness to them, and if you're handed a bat, you're supposed to break something around the house.
Okay.
It's actually considered bad form if you don't. just because it's them, and it's anybody who has had any dealings with them. There is a logic behind it. And it tends to be more stress relief. So that's one of the reasons why the Quins, although their actions may seem manic, the Quins tend to be much more organized, at least in that sense of what you would expect, because they actually have those quick tension breakers and then smash, and then okay, they're good to go.
Okay. So I'm just not phased.
Oh yeah, no. But the house is abuzz. There's people everywhere. Not everybody is dressed like a Quinn. There obviously are some guests, but it is kind of limited. And then when you start walking to the backyard, basically the den doors that are open, basically the den that sits in the house has been kind of converted to make it look like the red carpet event sort of thing. So they have like an actual red carpet. This area doesn't have anything broken up or whatnot. They've actually taken some time to make it look nice. But all it really is just like the double doors are open and a platform kind of goes down into the backyard. There's like two pools off to either side, and then just on the other side of the pools is the large stage setup with the lighting, like a full stage setup like you would expect at an actual rock show. There is some seating, but for the most part, it's like standing room only. So there's like you've got basically the pools where you can watch from there if you want to just swim and enjoy. And then there's a part of the deck of the stage that actually comes out in the middle of the pools. So, it's kind of, the pools are separated by a part of that inlet kind of coming out from the stage. And then up to that, it's just like grass, and there's a few interspersed chairs here and there. There is an active bar, which is not manned by one of the Quins. It looks like they probably brought somebody in to do actual drinks rather than just whatever the fuck they're going to shotgun. Which that's happening as well. I mean, there's plenty of Quins here who have brought their own drinks and either they're spraying themselves with it, in tantalizing fashion and holding their thumb so it sprays all over the place, or they're shotgunning it or whatnot. There is a little organization to it, but not much. In the sense of, it looks like if you are in the area to kind of watch, it looks like it's a party foul to bring drinks to spray it everywhere. And then there is the dark quote unquote corner, which really isn't a corner. It's kind of like just out of shot of all of the lights and whatnot, where you can tell some snorting and shooting is going on.
That's where the ne'er-do-wells are.
Yes. The ones that are getting ready for a very wild night.
Oh no.
But you can see that the concert isn't quite started just yet. They're doing some final testing, and it looks like it should be starting here very soon.
Right on.
Thoughts?
Have we seen Darla?
You have not.
Okay.
Have I seen anyone that I know or recognize? Other than the Quinn?
No, but you do see that Quinn Prime has her own chair.
Of course.
I would expect her to.
And it's gaudy as hell. I mean, it looks like they took like an old throne, probably from like a Ren Fair or something, and then gestured it the hell out.
I'm going
Lots
to
of red and blue.
not specifically try to avoid her, but I'm going to go the other direction through the party.
Well, she's not there yet. It's empty.
That's okay. I don't need to be by her throne.
I am gonna keep an eye on the stage, but I'm also gonna go to the bar and see what's shaking over there.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh.
find myself real close to the front of the stage.
Oh, sure. Well, the closest you can get would be the pool. Otherwise, you can get like at the edge of the pool and right there at that ramp where it looks like probably part of the concert will she'll come out and sing.
Cool.
So, which means you may be in cannonball range for splashing, but that it's not too terrible given the Arizona heat. Which right now, speaking of which, given it is Arizona, it is still about 116 right now.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stand by the pool.
Yeah.
Meredith is just going to go ahead and like kind of hang back and just kind of survey the crowd and watch everybody as they take their places.
Okay. So nobody has stepped up forward as of yet.
Do I recognize any of the roadies?
What's that?
Do I recognize any of the roadies?
No, actually, you do not. Which you would understand. You would understand why. I mean, obviously, you'd still look, but you'd understand why that when because this kind of made the news when she was when she finally she's really close to making it big, and right. As such, she got signed on with like an actual label to produce the music, and in doing so, they brought on like a whole new staff. So a lot of the old crew, original crew, they're no longer there.
Right. Maybe onesie twosie, but they're the higher ups that are probably with her right now.
Right. If they were good enough, yeah.
Okay. I'll probably just go with Eric and get myself a mixed drink, like 1 part ice and 1 part soda. Hitting it hard.
1 second. Anybody else doing anything?
Walk the outskirts.
What's that?
I'm just gonna walk around the outskirts.
Walking around the perimeter.
Yep.
Okay. Also, keep in mind, if I've sent your copy of your character sheet, you probably still have it in the history somewhere. It may not be obviously as easy to get to if you're not on a PC, though.
Yeah, that was my problem.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No problem. Well, no. Just it tends to keep that. So if you can.
If I was on a PC, I wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah. 1 second. Pardon me. Which one am I sending it to? New you or old you?
It doesn't matter. Wherever you want to send it, I'll get it.
Oh yeah.
Do the new hotness, man.
I mean, I'm the old hotness too.
Oh
old and busted.
Yeah.
Old and busted. No, that's Missy.
All right.
Dang.
Oh, baby, you'll always be near to me.
Thanks. Wow, that doesn't give me a compliment.
So, character sheet sent?
Thank you so much.
No problem. Oh, no, we did XP last time. Okay. But do we have any? Oh no, we did that too. Okay. Do we have any birthdays coming up next month? For September? I don't think so. Okay.
Did we do July?
We did July.
Okay.
Did we do August? Is there anyone in August?
Nope. No.
I don't think there's anyone in August.
But October is going to be a fun month.
Yeah, man.
October.
This is where it pays to have Brittany in most of the games.
Always.
Use you for the experience, if you couldn't tell.
Are you an October baby?
I am. You know who else is?
My
The
son.
boss over there.
This
Yeah,
guy
you know
right
who
here.
else is a Libra? Both of them.
And
She's all, can you hear my eyes roll?
That's all right.
so
I have a poisonous stinger.
Yeah, so does my husband.
So those of you who've gone to the bar, it's a pretty straight up setup. It is. It looks like it's probably not a rolling bar. It's probably a standing fixture. But the guy probably isn't here often, so he's looking around, double checking every so often for like what he's staffed up the items for, I should say. But yeah, the outfit, however, he has been given to wear makes him look like one of those old timey soda jerks with the the armbands around and whatnot.
Awesome.
Is he wearing a cap?
Yeah, the hat, man.
Yeah.
It's clutch.
So you guys come walking up and he's like, so what can I get for you?
Go ahead, Derek. I'm still looking.
Do you have Mountain Dew?
Matt, you want a soda? Like, I don't have name brands, but I can kind of make that if that's what you want.
Please.
All right.
I don't indulge in alcoholic beverages, unfortunately, but
So he kind of shoots you a look because you went to the bartender for something you don't go get. He's like, right.
well, there's no. Is there another like place to get sodas here?
So he looks around and he says, dude, do you see where you're at? Do you think they keep soda on tap?
Probably not. That's
Yeah.
why I came in.
All right, whatever. Okay,
Just
so soda
do the
water
do,
with
man. Do the
flavoring. He starts, shaking something up.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested in what a homemade Mountain Dew tastes like. But I'll have a Long Island iced tea if you can make one.
Long Island iced tea. We can do that. Give me
All
just a
right.
second here. And so he starts shaking a little bit, adding the concoction together. He slides Mac a quote unquote homebrew Dr. Pepper, which in essence it's basically like seltzer water, and it's got like lemon and lime juice thrown in,
Wait, a Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew?
or Mountain Dew. Sorry.
Yeah. Good enough.
He said Dr. Pepper and then lime, man. It's
I
gonna
know.
mess you up.
And
You're like, oh, that looks good.
He's like, what's happening?
Yeah, he slides you the Long Island.
Right on. Thank you very much. I'm gonna turn around and keep my back to the bar, but see what's going on the stage.
Okay. So you see some random Quinn come like cartwheeling up to the bar. She's kind of doot, and then stands up, very perkily. And as she does, of course, her breasts go, sort of thing. It's a thing. She looks like she's probably one of the rank and file, not like anybody important. And she's like, "Can I have an AMF, please?" And he's like, "All right, AMF, yeah, just 1 second." And he kind of looks over and pulls out something to find out how to make it, and just starts throwing it together, tops it with a cherry, and then she takes it and she slaps down a couple credits for tip. And then, like, literally prances off. Like, there's a lot of excitement today.
I was waiting for her to cartwheel away.
Yeah.
With her drink. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, the only one that... So then... Meredith, where are you at again?
I was just hanging back, like kind of in the shadows, just kind of like taking a look at everybody. I'm like making my way towards the bar, but I'm not ordering yet. I'm just kind of hanging back just to look around and take in who's there.
And Hellcat is where again?
I split off from everybody to circle around.
That's
I'm
right. The perimeter, you're brooding.
Yeah, I'm basically hunting. I'm just checking out the prey in the middle.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Meredith, as you're not really off in the darkness, but you're kind of off to the side. You can see Mac and Locke. They just got some drinks. Got some funny looks from the bartender because they didn't tip, but they got their drinks.
Rude.
Bag.
But as you come,
Our best behavior.
so as you slowly start to approach, because you kind of took like the long way around to look at everything, there's a tap on your shoulder.
Like a beer tap?
Yes, like
You
an
son of a
actual
bitch.
beer tap. They nozzle it down and no.
Meredith is
2
going
fingers.
to duck and turn, like pivot around to see who it is.
Okay. And standing there is Rex.
I'm glad I'm not with you.
Meredith,
Sexy Rexy.
you
Hi.
haven't been returning my calls.
Oh,
Fancy
you know what?
seeing
I
you
haven't
here.
received any of your calls. Do you actually have my number? my-
Dear, I've got all of your numbers.
How can I help you?
Well, I think you know how you can help me. I was looking for a progress update. I just didn't imagine you would be here, so it's sort of fortuitous.
Well, I can write up a summary for you, but just to let you know, we've definitely made some progress. We've made a batch of something that has definitely worked. We're just trying to work out the kinks. So right now we're in trial phase, just to make sure that I'm not killing your customers, because that's probably bad for business.
Not consistently, anyway.
I'll
Yes.
get back to you as soon as I have your near to finished product. I expect that to be somewhat soon.
That isn't exactly the most reassuring news that I have heard. Is there some other reassurance that I can take away from tonight, such as a target date? Something a little bit more specific than the vagueness that I have been given prior. Although I do understand that you have a secondary restaurant venture that's built around this. Interesting. I think you're taking cooking to a whole nother level.
He had already established that before we came in there.
However, I just anticipated your output or your production needs to be somewhat high. So I wanted to secure a resourceful enough location that we would be able to meet your production needs, if that makes sense. And I mean, what's a good cover for people being out in the middle of nowhere? A restaurant to eat at. So I think you should be thanking me for all of the ingenuity that we've been through.
Thanking you.
Combo.
Just kidding.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a roll? We need to use your cool and no, not cool. Empathy and fast talk.
2 blood points.
Yeah, and 2 blood points.
I'd like to have a number 6 on the secret menu.
I was gonna help you, but that's your vampire shit.
Oh yeah, no.
She's trying to use blood, guys.
So
Use luck here.
and fast talk. Right here.
Hey, curious,
Oh, go ahead.
while they're rolling that up, because Dante, a couple sessions ago, which was like a long time ago, he had
15.
donated. We all had like a re-roll. Is that still pending?
Yes.
I have that written down. Okay,
Yes.
so
that's pending for as long as you need it and or use it.
Okay.
But only one, right?
Yes, it's only the one.
It's not
until somebody
like
else
one
were to
year.
donate.
Like
It is
one
not,
year of
yeah, it is
re-roll?
not once a year.
1 year.
Now, if I decide to do another like giveaway or something like that for the subscriptions, then yes, we could.
Fine.
So what did Missy get?
15.
15. Okay. So he kind of mulls it over a second, kind of taking it in. He takes a drink of whatever concoction he has. I'll give you 1 week.
1 week. I mean, we kind of have a lot of invested in this, so I just want to make sure we are giving this a fair shot. So if you want to give up after a week, that is totally up to you, Rex.
It's
Just
not so
know that
much a giving up. It's I need to have a definitive answer, and pardon the cliche, but I must lay out the or else at that point.
The or else is the previous terms we agreed to, correct?
That was the option you had. That is not failure to provide said option.
So what is the or else in this case?
So he starts to walk around you a little bit, kind of like he's sizing you up. He says, "It's interesting that you should ask. Let us say that it would be a lot of sleepless nights for an extended period of time.
For
but
next
they
year,
may not be the most pleasurable."
Look at that dog shit face, man.
Wow.
I'm sorry, just to clarify, the or else is
not good.
with one individual or with multiple individuals. I need to.
Then I'm curious. Are you saying the rest of your team is complicit?
No.
Because
No,
my
I'm
understanding the agreement was with you. But if you're saying otherwise, and that you should bring the rest of your team in for
No, not
talking. You should stop talking.
Okay, whatever you say, Rex.
very well,
I'll get your drugs in a week.
and please do. Oh, and enjoy the show. I'm told she has an amazing set.
Ask Mac. I'm sorry, that was wide open.
And he ends up leaning in and kissing Meredith gently.
Aww. Meredith is just going to force a smile, and I will talk to you in a week, Rex.
One way or the other, yes. Actually, one more question, unrelated to our business deal. Why did your group choose such god-awful names?
What are you talking about? I'm going to play coy.
Yeah. And he says, what exactly is the chrome hippo, and who is the waifu?
That's something very new to me as well. So I don't know how that exactly happened. If I figure it out, I'll let you know next week.
I'm going to blame it on Venom.
Quite all right. I was just more curious as to why a group attempting to establish themselves would go with something so ridiculous. But I'm currently standing in the midst of the Quins, so I think I have my answer. Enjoy the night.
You as well, as I'm sure you will.
So as he, walks by, he simply nods to Mac. He's like, Mac, Scooter,
Rex.
Sexy.
Almost spilled that. Yikes. So, as you are standing near the pool, Jill, You can see that there are some scantily clad quins that are now jumping in, all like bathing suit and whatnot, diving into the water and giggling and whatnot, almost like little schoolgirls in a sense.
Splash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But however, you can see a few of them have fangs.
Oh, well, I mean, we're all dressed up for the show.
Right. But one or two are playing like they're Count Ridiculous sort of thing, and stalking one another with their fangs bared. I mean, you could imagine a poor rendition of a Vampire Harley.
That sounds crazy.
Nothing to worry about unless they actually start biting each other, I think.
Yeah, that would be bad. But you would all know that there are cybernetic add-ons called vampires that give you vampire teeth. In case you happen to decide to go into physical combat, you can bite down on somebody like that and cause probably quite a bit of damage.
Nice. I wonder if Meredith can pull that off.
I'm sure she could if you ask her.
I mean, install that sort of thing.
That's what I'm gonna call you.
Yeah, actually, that is a great question. Why don't you give me why doesn't Jill give me a cool and let's say, well, you know what, just a straight up, it's going to be like a straight up willpower check. So just give me a cool roll and add your D10, whatever you get.
Uh-oh.
How cool
You're a
are you?
fangirl.
13.
13. Oh, not bad. Okay. So you're not overcome with because it's a pretty simple procedure, so that's kind of tempting. You've already got your tattoo to show off, but the teeth?
I mean, I'm not really much in combat. That could be super helpful.
Super sneaky. So something to consider. You've got a very talented med tech, on the team, so maybe you can get away with it. But it's not like an overriding desire, but it's one of those kind of pique your interest as you're just kind of sitting there and you're like, oh, I could probably do something like that.
Put it on the shelf.
I'm gonna lean over to one of them and ask them about their teeth. Just be like, that is so cool.
Okay, well, so they, one of them swims forward and it's like, yeah, these are vampires.
I
just
love
recently
it.
got them installed.
Was it really awful?
And they kind of look, back and forth, like, no more than usual.
Sweet.
And then one of them's like, kind of chomping down and swimming forward, and you hear like two of them screams like, no, this is not Baby Shark, and she's like kind of doing this sort of routine like with her hand outside of the water. So they start going back to like horseplay and splashing water back and forth.
I'll just let them go play.
Okay. And you can actually start to see the lights going down on the stage.
Oh, no.
I think we better start from the beginning.
And you can hear some house music now coming up over the speakers from the stage at this point, so they're probably getting really close. And you, as you're walking kind of the perimeter, Hellcat, a Quinn comes walking up to you as you're, kind of stalking about and whatnot. And she says, oh, hey, honey, Prime would like to a word with you when you have a moment, please.
Of course I have a moment. Why don't you lead the way?
Of course. So she takes like a couple kind of skip steps and then cartwheels towards, the throne, which at this point you can see that there is a form sitting in it right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna gonna go up and do the like awkward curtsy greeting. I still never really know how to greet her.
That's fine. Yeah.
Ma'am?
She says, Hellcat, haven't seen you in a while. You look well.
Thanks. I been laid up.
I did hear a nasty rumor that you had a relapse of sorts. So it's good to see that you are up and about, although we do miss having you in the neighborhood.
You know, you can't believe everything you hear.
I don't, which is why I've procured you a seat right next to me, and I'm sure you can tell me all about it.
Thank you. It's
Thank you.
good to be at your side again, ma'am. And I'm just gonna take a seat.
Okay. And she says, so tell me, where are we on that investigation?
Yeah, about that. See, I'm trying to deal with this problem that we and until I can deal with that, I can't.
So we're nowhere with it then. That's an accurate assessment.
Look, I paid rent. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I gotta deal with this stupid fucking assassin, and then I promise you, I'm yours. Okay?
Would that be that Venom fellow, I think, that was recently bounding about or something of that nature? I believe one of your group has a bounty on his head.
Yeah, I'm gonna like knock on my leg so she can hear it's fucking fake. Yeah, that'd be him. You know where he is?
I'm sure we could look into it, but I was unaware that we were negotiating at this point, given the fact that we had negotiated for a previous deal.
I know. Look, I know I owe you, but you know I'm good for it. Have I ever let you down?
There's a reason why you're at this party, and as of yet, you have yet to sully your reputation.
Exactly. You know I got you. You know you're my favorite. How could I not? I love you.
You're laying it on a little thick, but thank you.
Well, I haven't seen you in a while. Can you blame me? You look amazing.
Well, thank you, but I always look amazing. That's why I'm the prime.
I mean, I never said you didn't, but I agree.
She says, do you know anything of this tent city that's outside of town?
I mean, I've been there a time or two. Why? What do you want to know?
Anything that you might know?
I mean, I don't know that I know anything interesting. I know there's a lot of people out there. I know they came under false pretenses. I know that a few of them went missing. I'm sure they're probably dead, you know? But what are you going to do? Right now, we're just trying to make sure that they're, I don't want to say contained, but taken care of.
Oh, so you do have an active investment then in this tent city?
I mean, enough. Why?
Well, we have established that you do owe me. So I think for the time being, I think it might behoove you, without me going into too much detail, to share whatever relevant data you have. Obviously not tonight. You are a guest.
Like, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. I don't have anything to keep secret about out there. There's nothing that I know about out there that you can't go out there and see yourself.
Well, that would kind of defeat the purpose of coming to you for information.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying. There's nothing out there that's off.
You would know that I had a more personal vested interest in some of that out there, considering I kind of took one of the families under my wing, and
I know that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Hellcat doesn't care. I love
Family
you,
schmamily.
but she has more loyalty to the Quins right now.
Right.
Well, nevertheless, when you go home, do make sure you send me whatever you have.
I can do that, but I gotta ask, what's the interest?
I'm not at liberty to say at this point. I would rather get the information first to make an accurate assessment.
Man, you know I don't like that. You know, the
Well-
only reason I'm gonna deal with that is because I owe you already.
Of course. Which is one of the reasons why I'm asking.
You bitch.
You
God, I
sick
love you. You bitch.
If it had been anyone else with a less than sterling reputation that you have, I think you were aware of what I would do.
Yeah, well, if it had been anybody else, would they have paid rent? Come on. We're tighter than that. You know that.
So I do believe that the concert is about to start. Did you wish to rejoin your friends?
I'm good right here. It's been a while. Let's have a minute.
Very well. So she motions for Quinn to come forward, and she says, go to the bar and get basically orders a drink, and then she demurely motions with her hand over to you.
I'm gonna follow as gestured.
No, dear. Did you want something to drink?
Oh, I misunderstood. Yeah, whatever. You pick. I am at your mercy tonight, my dear. It's been too long.
Very well. And so she, makes a motion to the Quinn to go off, and she goes running off to go to the bar.
So, are you hosting the concert for a special occasion? I can't remember the last time you hosted anyone quite like this.
My girls have been very diligent. And it was I scratch your back, you scratch mine sort of thing. So I figured one reward should beget something. It killed two birds with one stone. So I'm happy to provide.
So,
I'm a generous leader.
they did something and they got a reward, or you're rewarding them or bribing them to do something?
What, the Quins? I never have to bribe. You should know better than that. They have been very diligent lately. All of our numbers are up.
And you haven't had anything lately as far as I don't know, any more issues with your guns coming through or any other shipments coming through?
None as of yet.
So just that one.
Which is why it seems very peculiar.
Shit. I don't know. I'll have to dig deeper into it. There's got to be something in what we know, but it's just I don't know. It's not clicking yet.
So then you hear the house music starting to go down. And you hear some squelching of like guitar as people are starting to take the stage. And you can see at this point, like, people who were inside all start rushing out the den and down the walk, and they start like filling out quickly into the backyard area and whatnot. And why don't Why doesn't Jill give me a
Uh-oh.
reflex and dodge check? Or no,
Okay,
correction.
okay.
Reflex and athletics, not a dodge.
And an unmute of your microphone if you decide to talk.
Thank you. Athletics is where?
It's under reflex. Very top of that skill set.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I add up these two numbers and then the whatever D10.
Yes.
Okay.
No ones.
14.
14. Okay. So the crowd racing forward to get as close as they can. So like they're coming to the edge of the pool. You almost get knocked in like a couple of times. So you have to kind of pivot and pivot and pivot, a little bit to kind of roll with the crowd as they're coming up to avoid getting knocked in.
Well, I kind of expected that.
Were there any fatalities or any unlucky ones?
Oh yeah, no. There's clearly someone like they came forward and just they came forward too far and sploosh.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
I kind of anticipated that happening, so no worries.
Eric and I will probably stand back there. I'm like,
Yeah. Nice and dry.
uh-huh.
I mean, it's 116. Who wants to be, in that?
2 thumbs down.
Yeah.
That's
So
just
the
kidding.
pool actually sounds probably like a real good idea.
Yeah, so I
Not in all the clothes that we're wearing.
Yeah, no.
Right.
I think it's just
Or
a party.
I kind of figure a little splashing will probably add to the appeal.
So the spotlight doesn't quite come on her just yet, but you can start hearing some music start to play. Has anybody heard or has anybody seen the movie Rockstar?
Yeah, oh my god, forever ago.
Yeah, so you basically start off with this like strumming sort of, drums and bass lines. And then there's a pause and then da 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 with a heavy lead guitar as they tear into Steel Dragon's Blood Pollution, which on a side note was actually a really good freaking song. It was amazing that they actually did some legitimate music for that movie. And then she steps out forward with her, her lead vocals just kind of screeching out across the crowd. She's only lit by a very dim kind of white light and a red kind of spotlight initially. So giving it kind of a very haunting sort of look sort of thing as they tear into a rendition of Blood Pollution.
It looked like a tomahawk. I was like, what the hell is she doing?
I'm
Oh,
in
it's
your
just-
plots.
Sorry, my back is.
Tomahawking all your plots.
Jill's brandishing weapons already.
Yeah.
Did they shake us down when we came in? I guess they missed that.
They did, but you guys were allowed to bring in what you had.
Huh. Was this standard practice? I mean, like, so we're fully outfitted, but were there other people that had their weapons confiscated?
Yeah.
So we're on the privileged list, I guess.
Whoa!
So, I mean, not everything was taken. Keep that in mind.
Right.
Even if they had some things confiscated. So
You can't have
people still have some. People still have some weaponry and whatnot, but they're not like fully armed.
Right.
What did I do with it? I wonder if it didn't save. Bummer. Okay, well, anyway. So she, so you, the next song rolls in. The next song rolls in, and it starts off very similar, but it's a rendition of "Crazy Train" by Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh yeah.
Best intro.
And of course the girls are all like squealing at the front, fangirling and whatnot. There are a few that are starting up the mosh pit beside. Oh, somebody's taking selfies.
Sorry.
We're at the party, man.
Yeah.
They're starting a mosh pit near one of the pools. Jill, odd or even?
Odd.
Jill is caught in a mosh.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Oh,
man.
no.
Get him,
Roll-
Jill. That
Roll
should
for
give you
initiative.
a nice
Exactly.
Elbows.
Yeah,
Elbows out.
Keep your elbows
Keep
up
them
and out. Protect your face.
Yeah. So Jill, why don't you give me a? Let's go reflex and brawl.
$17.
Okay, well, not too shabby. You're starting to get caught, whether you want to or not, get caught up in the circle of the mosh and whatnot. So, since you are a big fan of Sarah's, you've probably seen this a couple of times. So it's like you immediately did the whole like, okay, well, I gotta get my head or get my chin kind of close to my neck so I don't get knocked out. Like really, kind of hunker down and then keep your elbows up, because many of them are just spinning around and they're just throwing arms and whatnot. So you like get caught in the shoulder.
And they're right?
What's that?
They're mostly Quins in this mosh, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's mostly Quins in this mosh, but nobody's using weapons.
Oh, that's a relief.
You can actually see that down in the crowd there, especially down in the mosh pit where you're at, there are a few non-Quins that are down here. So they're dressed just gothic, like, kind of like straight up Sarah Tremere fans. One even has a similar logo like you have, but not on their back. Like you can see one has tattoo on their arm, sort of thing. They seem to have taken it to a little bit different level, though. Most of them are pale, which may have been like cosmetically done, because that can be done. Altering your skin pigmentation. Not all of them. It's kind of a mix of the 10 that are down there. Maybe it's about 6 female, 4 guys, sort of ratio. But they're moshing it up with the the Quins as well. But they're dressed very similar to what you might see on the set of Lost Boys.
Nice.
So they have kind of that aesthetic going on, which Sarah Tremere actually took that on herself. Like the most of the band actually has kind of a more gothic 80s sort of look to it.
Nice.
So that you would know as a hardcore fan, they would probably rate as a hardcore fan. Like when you go that far to try and emulate, yeah, you're one of the posers.
Sure.
So she ends up going into another song. At this point, she ends up doing a rendition from Queen of the Damned. Keeping the vampire aesthetic kind of haunting at this point, slowing it down, but obviously they play up on all the lighting and whatnot. She walks out on stage to a rush of more people, just kind of getting really close. Jill, why don't you give me, since you were down in the pit, go ahead and give me Let's see. Intelligence and awareness notice.
Can any of us see her?
Yes.
I'm just assuming she's having a good ass
Not
time.
constantly. Not
All of us
constantly.
are
There's a lot of
who?
people, but you can still pick up because you're not too far away.
Okay, but I can tell she's down there.
Yes.
Every once in a while.
I'm just gonna yell at her. Just keep your elbows up, god damn it!
If you're not bleeding, you're not moshing.
You rolled a 1. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Knew it.
You don't see
Knew
it.
it, Brittany. Come on. One game.
You're stuck like somebody's jacket fell on your head. You
that's
don't
your.
see
Is that
anything.
your first roll? Is that her first roll today?
No, no, no. I did
No,
two
that's
big-
like her fourth roll today.
Oh, okay.
I haven't fallen in the pool yet.
Get it! Don't make me come save you.
You fell into a mosh pit instead.
I know, right?
So
Oh, my
you
God.
can so you're kind of lost at this point in the music. I mean, you're just thoroughly enjoying it. You haven't had a chance to cut loose in quite a while, let alone not be high or, drunk or something. So in one hand, it's a relief because, sometimes bands sound really good when you're drunk or whatnot, like the whole beer goggles. And then when you finally listen to them when you're not on something, you're like, oh, I was really into that. But no, she's legit, and you are super excited. It kind of validates your feelings, being there. You end up catching an elbow like right to the side of the head, which distracts you, for a second. And when you when you come around, because this song is a more this particular song from the Queen of the Dam is one of the slower ones. It's really kind of driving. So there's more swaying, kind of going back and forth, and the lights kind of slowly scrolling across the crowd.
Is it
creating
Why Won't You
pockets of
Die?
darkness. What's that?
Is it Why Won't You Die?
Yeah.
Right on. That's my favorite one on there, man.
Yeah. Oh, that whole movie, the album, the movie was kind of, but the album was fantastic.
Yep,
Like,
100%.
straight up. Yeah. And when the light just skips over where you're at, you kind of catch the back side of it because the way the positioning is, you're close enough that none of the lighting catches the mosh pit directly. But as you see it kind of sway, you end up seeing the mosh pit is not so much like fighting and spinning around at this point. They're more kind of enamored with what's going on. And then you end up feeling something on your neck.
No.
And go ahead and let's see. I know what you're. 1 second. Oops.
Brittany's having a good time, man.
So, where is Jill? There is Jill. Okay, so your body is good. Go ahead and roll. Let's see. Body and endurance.
Oh no!
Oh,
Don't get kidnapped
or drugged.
in this game too.
Don't get roofied.
Again.
17.
Yeah, what?
17.
Wow. Not bad. So somebody has bit down onto your neck.
Oh.
And you can feel the fangs in your neck at this point. And maybe it's the concert, maybe it's the event, because you've never had this happen, but you know it does happen at these concerts.
That's so hard.
Somebody is basically got you in the embrace, and you're not lost, like you're not like beside yourself sort of thing, but it feels pretty good.
Wow.
Nerve.
Do I see this happen?
Why don't
party
you
is
go ahead and since you're looking, or anybody who might be looking and not just straight up enjoying the concert, go ahead and give me an intelligence and awareness notice check. Given the way the lighting is working, it's going to be kind of hard.
I got 19 because I'm watching the whole area because we said we saw her. So I'm
Okay.
Where's awareness at?
It's under intelligence-based skills towards the very top.
19.
Okay.
2 of us. We're twinsies.
23.
Oh, damn.
Damn, Meredith,
Trying
you're
to
right
find
on her.
awareness, man.
Freaking Hawkeye. The only reason I only rolled a 4 though.
Yeah, intelligence is going to be on the first column left-hand side. It's towards the very top of intelligence-based skills. Awareness notice.
My thing isn't separated by whatever. I'm just not gonna try then. I don't see it.
It's under the ours is slightly cut off, so it's on the leftmost column. You have special abilities, body, and then there's a T. It's cut off, so
Down in here.
3 below the T.
It's right there.
Oh, okay. I get it. I see it now.
Sorry, we have funky sheets.
Well, you guys printed them up too, so
18.
Funky sheet.
I got 18.
18. Okay. So Meredith, you're the only one that's not really completely caught up in the concert. I mean, you're enjoying it, but maybe it was the pre-concert conversation with Rex that's kind of kept you out of it and your head on the swivel. But you can see as the light kind of skips across the crowd and you know, why won't you die? You eventually see Jill kind of swaying with one of the like true fans of Sarah Tremere. And from behind, you see that he's kind of got her, in an embrace, and her head is really close to her body.
Meredith is going to her jaw is going to drop,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's going to quickly look around for Dane or Hellcat.
Dane,
Bitter.
yeah, Dane is nearby Hellcat, but he doesn't have the elevation like you have from where you're at to really see the rest of the crowd.
Well, weren't the 3 of us relatively close? Because when Rex left her, he was like,
Yes,
Scooter.
you guys are all at the bar, which sits a little bit above the crowd.
Aye.
I'm going to train my sight on her so I don't lose eyesight of her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to yell to whoever's nearest to me. And if it's Dane, I'm going to, hey, I need you over here now.
Hold on a second.
Don't we have mics?
What?
Don't we have like communicator things?
You do, but the music's loud.
Yeah, but we're listening to a concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just curious if that was like an all the time thing.
Mm-hmm. Unless
mean,
for
it
some
is,
reason
but
you
you
guys
still-
say
you
you
still
take it
have
off.
to
Yeah,
there.
you got your communications gear and whatnot. And some of you even have cyberware that allows for the like visual texting and whatnot. So it doesn't look like Dane heard you. The music is like really loud. Like when you yell, it even you can tell. You're like, damn, I could barely hear myself.
Can I run over without losing sight of Jill to grab Dane by the arm?
You can sure try. Go ahead and give me an awareness notice check again.
Okay.
Like,
23 again.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
I'm starting with 15.
you don't keep an eye on her so much as you keep kind of the location. You like keep glancing the location so you know you can, if they don't like abruptly move, you could probably track it again real quick. And and in doing so, you end up running into Dane. And he
I
like
can't
turns
explain
and he
now.
looks. He's like, "The hell!"
I'm going to grab him by the lapels. I think Jill is in trouble. I can't be sure. She's down here. And I'm going to grab him. I'm going to let go of the lapels and take him by the hand or by the wrist and I'm going to lead him down to where I saw Jill.
Okay.
And I'm just watching Meredith storm off with Dean. Just like, well, that just happened.
Like, he tries to say something to the rest of you guys, but like it's so loud it does. And the fact he's getting carried away, it's like it's really hard to tell. But he follows Meredith as you kind of force your way through the crowd. Jill, why don't you go ahead and roll for your body and endurance again?
I'm gonna suck you dry, girl.
Suck you like a chicken bone.
He's like
15.
15. Okay. So, I mean, the more he kind of holds on, the more kind of like lost and euphoric you're getting. But the interesting thing is it's like a drug in a sense, but you can tell that there's clearly a difference. Like it wasn't like one of those weird trippy, like you take something like you did before and then you're in another place and you're talking to trees and, you know, or anything bizarre like that. It's just, it's like, it's very euphoric. It's like kind of a sexual encounter crossed with, it's like a strong sexual encounter crossed with the most perfect comfy bed that you could ever like lay in and not want to get out of.
Definitely the best concert ever.
I don't see what the deal is, because you know what? If a druid talks to a tree, he's like practicing his art. But when I do it, I'm a druggie, really?
Yeah.
Something's wrong with
I
it.
know, right?
Jeez.
So Meredith, why don't you give me a body give me a body and brawl check.
Oh no!
You're not going for anything specific. You're just bowling your way through this crowd.
You're like, get to the chopper.
Down on the ground.
14.
Okay, so you're making a little bit of headway, but not nearly as much as you want. As you know, Dane just kind of pushes you off to the side and literally just starts face palming like Quinn's, just getting them the hell out of the way in the direction you pointed.
I'm gonna power walk behind Dane since he's clearing a path.
Okay.
I can see you with the elbows up, just
Dude, I'm just gonna turn around and get a drink.
Okay. By this point, you guys can see that because they're actually making enough of a part that they're clearly going towards the mosh pit for some reason. Maybe Meredith has an inkling of wanting to fight. I mean, who knows?
So do we see this now, or this is just...
What's that?
Do we see this now, or is this
Yes.
like Hellcat? Oh, okay.
No, you guys see this now.
Like,
looking like Leo DiCaprio and when he's drinking and he's watching the show on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he's all
kind of see if I can kind of see what's going on.
Mhm.
yeah. I don't know if Jill's having fun or not. This isn't my scene.
So you guys barge through and get into the mosh pit where Jill is like, there with a guy who kind of has her embraced from behind. And so Dane pulls this guy back. I mean, he's just on protective instinct. He doesn't know what it is that's wrong. He pulls the guy back. The guy, he looks a little slender but wiry. And pale, has got like the longer hair sort of thing. When Dane pulls him back, you can actually see there's blood on his mouth.
That's mine.
And he's
Wait a minute.
so he looks to Meredith real quick.
Meredith is gonna
Like-
run up and like grab Jill and like grab her by the neck and just like try to assess her wounds.
Okay, go ahead. And the
Am I standing or did I like?
No, you're
lose-
kind of laying up against Meredith at this point.
Okay.
Meredith, give me a tech and first aid check.
$16.
Okay. It actually doesn't look bad. It looks like, the fangs actually did break into an artery, so she probably does need to get patched up. So obviously it's going to keep bleeding because they got pulled away, but the puncture wounds aren't like huge. So you can probably do this on the spot without, too much fuss. And you're coming down from the high.
Oh man.
I hate that part.
Don't we all?
And so as Dane pulled the guy away, he looked confused for a second. His confusion ended as he's staring down the barrel of a pistol. He just and he's got it like right here, like just as close can be, sort of thing, so his eyes can focus on it. And he just shouts, "Move the fuck on!" And so the guy, backs up and and goes off and disappears into a crowd. Meredith, is she going to be okay? Is this what you saw?
Yeah, this is. Jill, are you okay? Can you hear me? I mean, physically she looks okay, but I'm assuming he had something in those fangs.
Great. Okay. Can we get her in a back room someplace here real quick so you can give her a more thorough check over, just to make sure she's gonna be okay?
That's probably the best idea. Can you grab her and lead the way?
Yeah, I got her. He throws her over his shoulder and proceeds to start bullying his way back through the crowd. After a couple people, they realize kind of what's happening. They go ahead and part anyways.
While I'm following Dane, I'm going to try and message the rest of the group since they likely can't hear me.
Mm-hmm.
And let them know that something happened. We're going to check on Jill in a back room, try to find us as soon as possible.
We can see him, right, from where we're at.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I'm
we can.
just gonna follow him.
Yeah, you guys can definitely see him.
All right, I'm just gonna follow him.
Okay.
Cat's just gonna shoot a double first.
Okay.
And just bitch to the bartender, like, seriously, I cannot take this girl anywhere. I'll just follow along and take up the tail end of everything.
So you guys end up going into a side room off of the den, and Dane lays her into a chair.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do I'm gonna open her eyes and just do a thorough inspection since I inspected her wound and it didn't seem so bad. I'm gonna see where she is at now.
Okay.
Would I know what she's on?
I mean, you could certainly take a guess.
Yeah, let me roll for it and
Sure.
see if what I get.
Okay, so for your thorough examination, we're going to go with intelligence and diagnose illness.
I definitely don't have that. I don't play doctor.
No. Yeah, that's not for you. You're trying to
So
check out.
intelligence and intelligence was the core one.
Yeah, but for you, since you're assuming it's drug related, we're gonna go with hold on a second. Intelligence and chemistry.
Chemistry.
Or if you have it, you can go with tech and pharmaceuticals.
What is diagnose under? Because I'm not seeing it.
Diagnose is under intelligence.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
you
right
know where your awareness notice is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down.
Oh,
from
I
that.
see it. Okay, I got it. I do have points in that, thankfully.
I feel like I should get points for being an addict. My street deal wouldn't figure me out anything.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Let me see what I get. I guess
22 on that roll.
Woo.
Ooh.
I
10
got a
11
9.
kilograms.
Okay, so you got a 9. You're not sure. Meredith, you're going over her, and it looks like she's going to be okay. Just obviously some blood loss, and you need to patch up the wound.
Okay, if I'm certain that everything's okay, I'm just going to turn to Dane before I even patch her up. And I'm sorry. I think I just jumped the gun, and I wanted to be sure, but I think she'll be okay, and I don't think there's hopefully going to be any residual effects of this. So I'm just going to patch her up.
You're the doctor. I rather err on the side of caution. Jill, are you okay?
What happened?
You were bit. I think. Is that what you saw, Doc?
Yeah, you were scooped up by some weirdo, and he bit your neck.
Really?
Yeah, did he say something to you before that happened?
That is so cool.
Is this something you participate? Oh.
That's so
Kat's
cool.
just gonna walk away at this point.
I don't
Kat's
have any
done.
other questions.
She's
I'm
going
done.
back to quitting crime. I'm out.
Meredith is just gonna hold her head for a second. And
I didn't even.
I go get a drink now.
I didn't even. Was it one of those Quins in the pool?
I don't know.
No, it was some other fanboy, I think, or something. He didn't look like a Quinn.
Oh, one of the true fans.
True fans?
Those like pale goth guys. No, I've been to a bunch of Sarah Tremere concerts, and this never happened before.
I would dissuade you from participating in this kind of risky behavior again, Jill. You scared me half to death, and you scared the crap out of your brother. Not literally, but he had to beat up a lot of people to get to you.
What she said.
Thanks, guys.
Just if you're okay, that's what's important. I don't want to ruin the concert for anybody.
Did I miss the show?
No, I mean you can still hear it going on right now.
Oh. Can I go back out there?
Doc?
Jill, you need to go have something to drink with some sugar in it. And if you can get a bite to eat, you should probably do that too. But otherwise, you are free to go.
Thank you.
Just don't let anybody bite you again.
I didn't even see it happen. I didn't know that was a thing.
Okay. Maybe you watch the concert from the safety of the rest of the group. Would that be okay? I mean, I know you kind of want to be up front, but
I mean,
maybe Mac can get you an intro.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's okay.
If we can't get back there, you know what? I might be able to pull some strings, whether it's tonight or some other time. But we'll see what we can do tonight.
Okay.
Sorry to worry you guys.
No, it's okay. We're all looking out for one another. It just, she spotted something, and I would rather be safe than sorry, right?
Boy.
I think we should all be a little cautious.
Was he cute?
I mean, not really my type.
Thin arms.
Yeah. Even if I could answer that, I'm not gonna.
I mean, apparently he had some sort of charm, though, yeah? You know, Meredith is just going to give a soft little punch to her shoulder.
Okay, I kind of feel like I need to sit down for a little bit.
Probably not a bad idea.
So then why don't you hang out at the bar with Mac and Locke where they were at?
And
Let's
you know
go,
what?
Joe.
And you can get your sugary drink.
All right.
I haven't gotten something to drink yet, so I'm happy to go with you too if you need me to.
Sure.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
if you guys have got this, I'm gonna stand near Hellcat then, just for safety precautions.
Right. I'm gonna escort Jill over back to the bar.
Thanks, Dane.
It's okay. We're just glad you're all right.
I didn't fall in the pool.
No, you didn't.
One success.
One success.
All right, so I'm gonna follow them over to the bar
Okay.
and ask
I'll
for.
tell the bartender to make one of those awesome homemade or Mountain Dews for Jill here.
Homemade soda.
Homemade soda. Some
Yeah.
of that soda water.
Yep. So soda water with some extras.
With some extras.
Yep.
Some extras. Jill doesn't need extras. She just needs some sugar.
So okay, well he ends up making you a drink. By the time you guys get back out there, she's actually doing a little bit of a rockabilly sort of set at this point, and is doing Jace Everett's "Bad Things." Which is a great freaking song.
I'm gonna tip the bartender double for the one I missed last time.
Okay.
Say no hard feelings, tough guy.
Okay. He's like, oh, well, all right, thank you. Slides the tip back. And then with the ending of the concert, she ends up ending on the Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin.
I approve.
Jill tries to headbang like really, really, really minutely.
About that song is when there's tunnel vision.
Yeah. And then the lights come up, and they the crowd is like throwing stuff, but not at the band, but like up in the air and shit and whatnot, and people are jumping into the pool and making kind of a big spectacle, and she waves to exit the stage, and the band eventually steps off, and the show is done. The show ends up going about a full 2 hours of music.
Nice set. Nice set.
After she goes off, I text her phone. you've got it still and then some.
Oh,
Ooh, that's
Ow!
spicy.
dirty man.
Why did you guys
You
break
take to the past.
I was talking about our musical talent. You guys are
She was
dirty.
calling for that vitamin D.
Vitamin M.
The vitamin satchel of Richards.
Good golly, Miss Molly.
Yeah, and my brain was like, oh yeah, because like vampires are really pale because they don't get enough sunlight.
Yeah. And she's
Yeah,
on.
she just needs that vitamin D. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I heard it'll make you feel better.
I've heard it'll make you feel great.
Why did you guys break up?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Must have been a really serious reason.
You end up getting a text back informing you to bring your group backstage.
Boom. Still got it.
Hey, Jill.
Hey Mac.
I hand her my phone with the text screen up for just like those last few texts.
Yeah, just those last few.
Don't look at my
Don't
phone
scroll.
gallery.
Going back to the last year.
She gives you a big hug.
All right. I lead the way.
Okay. So you go walking, back, in essence, backstage. You've got a whole kind of trailer set up back there that they pulled in, so they have their own privacy, and then there's their own security that stands ready out back, which conveniently enough matches the band. So they also have kind of that more pallor complexion and but look like the type of goths that were probably Hell's Angels at some point.
Mm-hmm. Are any of these are old guys
and skilled in bee liturgy?
Some of that close security. Are these any of the guys that I might, or
No.
any of those? Anyone?
Yeah, no, these guys are look like they're new too.
All right.
And when you come walking up, one of the guys holds out his hand and he says, "Now who are you?" Oh, we can't hear you.
Your mic's cutting out.
There we go. Does that work?
Yep.
Yeah.
I say, Sarah's an old friend, and yeah, I'm sure you get this all the time, but she invited us back here. You can double check with her. Name's Mac.
Look, Dad.
Well, since you have a kid, come on in.
No, Dozer, right?
How's it going, man?
I'm pretty sure that's his name is Dozer. He's from Paw Patrol.
Yeah. It is.
No, my Paw
No,
Patrol.
Rubble. It's Rubble.
Oh, Rubble. Pfft, I was totally wrong. I don't know.
Well, you got the movie, right? Which is way more than I would have got. All right, so he pauses real quick and calls in and he says, he looks to the other guy and he's like, "Yeah, I guess it checks out," and opens the door to the pretty expansive trailer that sits in the back. Oh, yeah, we can't hear you.
Let's head on back. Gosh.
There we go.
Stop playing with your mic.
All right.
So, but they open the door and allow you entry.
Well, we'll see where she's at.
Okay. So you end up sliding in, and it's swank. I mean, there are like lounging couches in here. There's no real chairs. There's like, you know, these very plush looking love seats. There's tables that kind of match. Everything is kind of done in reds and browns inside here. You know, either like oak colors or red oak. There's some gold highlights to some of it, but I mean, it all, everything in here, even the walls and whatnot, all kind of have a theme that go together. And the band is in here. Most of the guys are already without their shirts and only in their pants at this point.
Easy.
And, you know, kind of like toweling down sort of thing. Sarah is standing in the back near the bar. She is the bar that's on the inside. She is in a completely tight black outfit with kind of a red corset. She had a black kind of overcoat that came down tapered with a tight kind of black mini skirt. She's in the process of unbuckling the coat and just laying it across one of the chairs.
All right. Probably go through. Well, at least here I know more people because of her band members.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys.
They're like, "Oh, hey Mac, what's going on, dude?
You guys put on a good show. Good job."
Oh, thanks. So, who are the babes?
Oh
god, here we go.
I introduce Hellcat and Rusty. Well, not Rusty, Meredith, and say that. And then here's one of our, let's just say, newer members of our group, and I say this is Jill, and Jill happens to be a small fan of you guys. So you're the guitarist.
So fangirl.
I know their shoe size.
Kat's just gonna say hello since Meredith and I have met her before.
Yeah.
It's more of just a nice to see you again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she, steps out, around the side, and you can tell she's actually wearing like calf-high boots, spikes. So she's clicking as she walks, and she, politely kisses Mac on the side of the cheek, and she's, "I'm glad you could come. I wasn't aware that your group was going to be here."
Well, it was kind of a short notice. Had to get a new set of duds. They say I look all right.
Yeah, I was about ready to say somebody had to have dressed you, because there's no way anybody in your clan would have come up with something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, we tried. We did the best with what we could.
Hellcat, right?
Right. It's nice to see you again, Sarah.
Likewise. And my congratulations for making him look
presentable.
Very presentable. Yes. I'm used to the nod to the frosty weather of Seattle and his typical grunge look and beat up jeans.
Of anyone I know, it's good to have a change of men once in a while. So.
And the guitarist smiles and he hands Jill his shirt.
It has his sweat.
Jill's like,
and he's just like, "Here,
it's like
Jill, you can have this."
Bringing it out.
You could taste the salt of his sweat. Oh my gosh.
We're just holding her back from licking them clean.
And then as the guitarist hands you the shirt, Sarah looks and kind of tilts her head at Jill, and she just like walks over and tilts Jill's head, and she says, "So who did that to you?"
I didn't see him actually. someone down in the mosh pit.
So the band kind of looks to one another, and Sarah looks to the rest of you and to like, did any of you get a good look at whoever did this?
I'm just gonna hype up. I saw it happen, but from far away, and so I'm gonna go ahead and give a description of the guy that I saw and how he came up on Jill.
Mm-hmm.
But Dane chased him away after we caught up with her. He had very thin arms.
Yeah, and Dane kind of gives a bit of a description, as well. And so Sarah kind of, stops and is thinking a bit, and she looks to the bassist, and the bassist kind of looks to him or looks to her, and she says, "That sounds like Mox. Yeah, we're gonna have a talk with him."
His name's Box?
Mox.
Mox. I don't know that name, do I?
No, it's completely foreign.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't awful.
I'm just gonna cover her mouth and shut her up.
That unpleasantness aside, so I hope you enjoyed the show. We don't normally get private gigs like this much anymore. We're usually doing other things.
I had a great time.
It was really cool.
Well, thank you very much. We're actually going to be starting a tour after tonight. We're going to be heading off to Night City, so we're not going to be in town for probably quite a while.
I don't know a specific place, but having lived there for 5 or 6 years, I'm going to give her a couple of recommendations of places for food and shopping that I think that she would like.
Okay, I'm sure I'll take it. Whatever lead that you might have, that's fine by me. Thank you. And the mutual benefactor that I'm sure the two of you recall, he's doing actually quite well.
Good.
I wouldn't be surprised if you heard from him again. I think there was a little bit about, and I don't. You'll have to forgive me. I don't follow this very closely, but I guess there was some sort of bounty or something, or some sort of drama nonsense that was going on. So it's, from my understanding, it kind of scared him away, given the scrutiny that he tends to be under.
Understandable. I would hope that someone of his reputation is well aware of mine, and that he would be able to see past the recent unfortunate events, to look at my long-standing reputation and know that I'm well worth the connection.
Then why don't you reach out to him and kind of pitch that case? I can try and smooth the waters over a little bit, because I mean, obviously you did some work that turned out to be successful, but things are pretty volatile here right now in Phoenix, so I don't know if going just off my word would do it. You may want to reach out.
Understandable. He is a veteran, so to speak, in the field. Well known. So I am more than happy to reach out, so long as that will be welcomed.
I can't imagine it wouldn't be. I mean, obviously there may be some complications given the heat that your group has, but I'm sure you could work it out.
I'm gonna give her my card so that she has my information as well, because I don't think we exchanged information last time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to tell her that I have no problem with heated situations.
I don't think there is. There's a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, you'll forgive me for bringing this up, but somebody by the name of Rex indicated something similar. And you can hear Dane's eye roll.
I'm going to perk up at the name, actually. Oh, I didn't know Rex was here tonight. I haven't seen him.
He's a mutual acquaintance. Yeah, he's here. I don't know where specifically. I'm sure I'm going to see him here soon, but he's around.
I don't doubt that he'll find me himself, but thank you for the forewarning.
All right. Well, that being said, I hate to cut this short, but we've still got some wrap up to get taken care of, and I think Quinn Prime wanted to meet with us for one reason or another. So it was great seeing all of you again. Jill, could you have Mac let me know should something else happen, with your bite, if you have any other complications? Or a medical bill for that matter. I'm happy to take care of it.
Am I gonna be a vampire now?
No, dear. That's not how that works.
Cat's going back to the bar.
Congratulations on your tour.
Well, thank you. Hopefully, this is going to be the start of something major.
We'll miss you though.
We'll think. I'm sure we'll be back in town soon. Just not anytime soon. We have some other stops we need to make and make the record labels happy.
Of course. It was nice to meet you.
Likewise, it was nice meeting you all, and of course seeing you again. So yeah, and just let me know if something does happen. And then there's a knock at the door, and she says, and I think that's probably somebody who I was expecting. So,
always a pleasure.
Of course. Sorry for the shortness. We have business begets business.
Perhaps next time we can talk a little more.
Maybe. I'm really busy right now, but maybe, yeah. We'll see how the schedule goes. And she kind of looks to the rest of the band, and they're like,
All right. Walk out, be like, catch you guys later.
You're like, later, dude. And as you exit, it actually is Rex that's standing out front. So you guys kind of pass, as he goes, walking in. And with that, it is 8:00. We'll go ahead and call it right there at that scene. I know, time kind of flew.
If I've seen Rex walking on the way out, correct?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I'm gonna just be a little bold, and I'm gonna give him a wink.
Okay. And give him a wink.
And I'm
okay.
And I'm gonna hide in the crowd.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep walking. If you want me, come get me.
Alrighty, well, no problem. So, thank you all for who tuned in to watch. Obviously, we had 0 technical issues. Huzzah! So super stoked about that. So the next game for Cyberpunk would be, if we're going to continue this type of schedule, would be September 5th.
Fine by me.
Is that good?
Should be fine.
All right, cool.
Labor Day weekend.
Oh, is it? It's coming up that fast. Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Wait, what's coming up?
Labor Day.
Labor Day weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Yay.
Yeah, that is Labor Day weekend.
Alrighty. Well, then we'll go ahead and call it there and go ahead and do an outro. Thanks, guys. I had a lot of fun.
Bye. I did this for you.
And end stream.